Hello again, everybody. This is Derek from ScreamEagleAirsoft.com. We're doing another know-it-all video. This is a continuation of my internals on my M4. What I'm doing here today is I'm changing the hop-up and the barrel and the bucking, and adding the suppressor back to cover the barrel. I'll show you all that in just a minute. Like how to take the barrel assembly off of the lower receiver, you can get that in my disassembling video, and also how to take the suppressor, the flash suppressor off the front of is also on a previous know-it-all video, so I'm not going to do those. So you'll just get the actual barrel changing right here. Okay, now this is a JG M4, and the only pin that I need to remove is the rear pin, and that is so that the barrel will swing open like that. That's all I need to get into the barrel assembly and the hop-up. Alright, now to get your barrel out, all we need to do is pull on your hop-up mechanism. Just get in there with your little finger or what have you, pull it straight out. It'll drag the barrel with it, and it'll slide back along. I'm trying to stay out of the camera. Just pulling this back straight out. It's hitting on the charging handle, which is perfectly fine. It's hitting on this. I pull this back a little bit, and it continues to come on out, and there's going to be a point, there we go, where I can get it past the charging handle. You can see me I'm continuing to pull it out, just straight out. Okay. Now the barrel hop-up and bucking and all that is completely out of the gun. Okay. There is your hop-up. Okay. Located right there, you see, is your hop-up wheel, right? Now on the hop-up wheel, there's two other gears. I mean, they're actually exposed on this hop-up. You can see there's one there, and there's one there. So when you turn this hop-up wheel, that turns this counter the way you're turning this, and then this one will turn this one the same as this one. Okay. And what that does is, in this hop-up, there is a bar inside the hop-up that goes down like this. As you turn that, this bar will lower like such. Now that bar inside there has a nub that points down towards your barrel. That nub presses against your bucking. Your bucking is just a rubber sleeve. It's just a rubber sleeve that goes over the end of your barrel. This is a flexible rubber bucking sleeve. So when I take it all apart, I'll kind of show you where everything is. That bucking sleeve covers the hole that's in your barrel. Right there. So you have a hole in the end of a barrel, and that hole is what that bucking sleeve, when it's over your barrel, it closes that. It basically becomes tight over that hole. So now when your arm or nub pushes down into the barrel, it's actually pushing that sleeve into your barrel, which causes it to rub against your BB when you shoot. When it rubs against your BB, that gives your BB a backspin. And that's what causes the hop-up. Too much adjustment will push that nub too deep into your barrel, and if that happens, then it'll make it extremely hard for BBs to go past it. It'll lower your FPS, it'll increase your hop-up to the point where your BBs will sail. It'll also sometimes cause jams because the BBs won't be able to get past it. Now if you back your hop-up off, if you back it up too much, and at that point the hop-up's not pushing into the barrel at all, then the BBs will fly by smooth. There will be no backspin. You'll get the highest FPS, but the BBs will fall short, and so you won't get any range out of your AEG. So you need to adjust your hop up just right. There's got to get the happy medium in the middle where you're getting just enough range, you're getting just enough backspin to keep the BBs flying straight. How to take the hop up off your barrel? Well, there's a little clamp that's on both sides right here. It goes underneath the barrel. You have to get in there and remove it. It shouldn't be hard. I just need better fingernails, I guess. Okay. It's been removed off the barrel. You got this little C-clamp right here. Okay. This clamp goes under this hop up to hold it in place, and it attaches on the barrel. You've got these little grooves right here. These grooves is what this clamp, when it goes up in there, it hooks onto those grooves. Okay, so now let me pull the barrel out of this hop. Now I'm just going to pull the barrel out of the hop. Now sometimes it doesn't come very easily because the bucking is rubber and it's getting caught, you know. Actually the bucking can slide off of the barrel, but there we go. I don't know if you saw that. There we go. There's the bucking, there's the barrel, and there's your hop up mechanism. Now I'm going to stick the hop up mechanism off to the side just for a second. And oh, there's a piece right here you didn't see. I took it off just right before. This piece here actually is a spacer that goes against the barrel inside your hop up right there so that it stays, it basically doesn't wobble around. Okay. Now to take your bucking off, how hard is this? You just slide this off. Alright, it's off. Alright, now let me inspect all the pieces, make sure everything's good. This was the original barrel. This barrel came as a regular M4 barrel. It's about 360 millimeters, something like that. And I knew I was going to be adding a suppressor to the end of my M4, and what that is going to do is at where the barrel normally would have stopped, I would have threaded this on, and so I needed, or I wanted, a barrel that would go the full length. And here's a barrel, and that barrel is 510 millimeters long. So I've got this extremely long barrel, the Matrix 510 at 6.03 inner diameter. I'm going to put it on. Let me speak something about inner diameters. Okay, you get tight bore barrels. The bore is the inner diameter of the barrel, not the outer diameter. They're all pretty much the same on the outer diameter. But when you get a smaller inner diameter, what you're doing is the BBs, when they travel through your barrel, they are actually rubbing very closely to the wall. Very easily will your gun jam. You could put like a piece of dirt or sand in there, and when that BB hits it, it's going to stop, and then you've got to jam. And then you're not going to be shooting until you get that cleared out. The advantages of that is there's no air escaping, so the BB ball is tight. The barrel is tightly around the BB ball, so when the air is pushing on it, which is how the ball travels out of the barrel, there's no air escaping around the ball to give it to prevent its travel. So it basically receives the full amount of air pressure. This is the bucking that it came with. This is blue bucking that JG initially equipped the gun with, and this is the bucking that I ordered, which was a Mad Bull. And I'm not that impressed with the Mad Bull bucking, to be honest with you. It's very thin rubber. This rubber seems to be a little thicker and a little bit more durable. I think I'm going to be putting this bucking right back on it and just saving the Mad Bull bucking because I'm not that impressed with it. Came in a little package like this, Mad Bull. Okay, when you put your bucking on, be sure to put your bucking on the end with the hole. Okay, you got the hole right there for the hop-up mechanism. Now, in your bucking, inside the bucking, you're not going to be able to see this, I don't believe, but inside this bucking, there is a little ridge, okay? That is actually supposed to be there. There's a little rubber guide ridge inside there. It's supposed to be in there. On the bottom of your barrel, if you can't really see it without looking real close, but on the bottom of your barrel there is a little ridge there. So when you put your bucking in, make sure that your ridge inside your bucking lines up with the ridge in your barrel. And what that'll do is it'll keep your bucking from rolling left and right. It'll keep it secured in place. Okay, it is on. It is completely on. Putting the old bucking back on. I think it's a little thicker, and I think the air seal will be a little bit better. Okay, so now we put the hop up on. No, we don't. I'm going to put the little copper or brass spacer ring. I'll put that on and bring that down right there. So now you see the bucking, the spacer. You see a little groove right there where the hop up clamp will hook to the barrel to keep it from sliding around. Okay. Now, as you know, this little groove that you're looking at is always going to be the bottom. So that helps you determine which, now that it's covered, it helps you determine which side is the bottom of the bucking and which side is the top of the bucking. So you know where the hole in your barrel is. So when you put your hop-up mechanism back on, you're going to be putting it on face up. You got to kind of work it on over the rubber. You don't want to damage the rubber, or because right now I'm getting a really tight seal. You know what that is? That's good. Give me a second while I slide this on. Alright, and remember, when you go to put your barrel and bucking back into the hop-up, it will run into the hop-up nub if you have it sticking up into the barrel. So make sure you back off your hop-up completely so that it can slide by there smoothly. Now let me slide this spacer up in between. There we go. The spacer is now underneath the hop-up ring there. And then I take my C-clamp and I just snap it on. And now my hop-up is hooked to my barrel, and my barrel is fully secure in there, and everything is looking good. Okay, so the hop-up is back on the barrel with the bucking. I'm going to slide it into the barrel. Just find the hole with your barrel, slide it in, and make sure your hop-up mechanism makes it past whatever is preventing it from just sliding past there. And you just keep pushing it forward. Now the hop-up should have a couple of guide rods on the left and right that when it gets up to the barrel, those guide rods go into the barrel. Now, there is a spring on the front of your hop-up that allows your hop to have a little bit of spring motion inside your barrel. Okay, that's great. Now what you see now is an M4 with a barrel sticking out of the end, right? Well, that's what we anticipated. Because now I'm going to slide my suppressor over that and cover the barrel. Okay. I get out some Loctite, the blue formula, and I'm going to put some Loctite, just a couple of drops, on my threads. I don't know if you can see that, but the Loctite gets in the threads, so now when I thread my suppressor on and that Loctite dries, it's a very weak glue is what it is. It keeps this from vibrating off or unwheeling itself, what do you call it? Unthreading itself. Okay. And if you look closely, you can see the end of my barrel is right there. Alright. Thanks for coming out and checking out this video. This was changing your hop up, understanding your hop up, adding a bucking, changing out the barrel, and hopefully that helps you out. It's really, really easy. Okay. Remember, guys, whenever you're on the airsoft field,